President Xi presented a five-point proposal at APEC focused on multilateralism and open trade. How significant is China's leadership on these issues for the region?
Super. Thank you very much, Diego. It's an absolutely fascinating and exciting time. I'm an American attorney based in California, now here in Hong Kong on business. And we just had the Trump-Xi summit. According to Trump, 12 out of 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. That's how successful it was. But after that de-escalation in trade tensions, we go right back to a power dynamic. Trump leaves Asia, and Xi takes the opportunity to lead the APEC conference and be a promoter of free trade around the world. So APEC is a 21-member community of nations and economies, and it's a non-binding forum. So it's discussions and potential trade deals. Time will tell if this leads to greater free trade in the Asia-Pacific area, but a really interesting time for worldwide trade.
And Bill, this is Xi's first visit to South Korea in 11 years. He's holding multiple bilateral meetings. What does China's active diplomacy at APEC signal about its regional priorities?
Well, super. China senses an opportunity. I think my time in the U.S. and China has taught me that we have a lot in common together. Both countries are proud. They feel they have a center place on the world stage. And here's Xi's opportunity to lead and promote free trade in the Asia Pacific. And so they're by far, obviously, the largest economy there. U.S. still has a trade delegation involved, but of course Trump is not there. So this is the opportunity for China to lead the way, create some deals with member countries, and try to outcompete the U.S.
Mm-hmm. And President Xi emphasized a big point on investment in the region. How do you see investment opportunities across the Asia Pacific, especially the APEC nations?
Oh, sure. Well, U.S. has had a policy this year of America first. And so everyone's looking for other opportunities. And the Asian countries, especially through APEC, have found, okay, this is our time to try to create trade deals and work together. I think there's a lot of activity. I think that folks want to maybe pivot away from the U.S. a little bit, at least in the short term, to find deals with lower tariffs and lower restrictions. We looked at Prime Minister Carney's remarks, how the world has changed. We're not in a world of ever expanding free trade. We have to change, and he's committed to doubling non-U.S. exports over the next 10 years. So you see countries, economies like Canada and others making moves, maybe a little hesitant, have to think long term, and this is just a temporary situation, but making moves to diversify and work outside the U.S.
Yes, Bill, and you brought up a point I'd like to dig further into, because President Trump skipped APEC right after meeting with China's Xi. Does Trump's absence create more space for other leaders to shape the regional agenda?
Absolutely. I think that's exactly what Xi's strategy has been. This is his chance to be the leader of this organization. Of course, the U.S. is a member country, but is not as involved with Trump not being there. I work with a lot of international business clients, and they all tell me the same thing. They want predictability and certainty. If they know the rules of the game, they'll win. And I have a good friend and a fellow Georgetown alum, Shanghai law firm partner, who says, make trade, not war, make money, not war. And, business owners, they want predictability. And if you have trade deals, if you have cooperation and investment across countries, that's where you can find opportunity, plan ahead as a business, and be successful.
And Bill, I want to go into these deals because APEC members have different views on trade. Some favor multilateral deals, others prefer bilateral deals, right? Can the forum bridge these divides?
Oh, sure. I think it's amazing to think that 21 member countries from the Asia Pacific rim are involved. So you have Canada, you have the U.S., you have Australia, Japan, Korea. Um, so this is a wide variety of countries with different interests, different strategic concerns. Look, dialogue is really important. We had the U.S. and China come together this past week. That was a huge deal. And so hopefully the other countries take motivation from that and think, okay, there's more opportunities here, and maybe things will start quieting down from a volatility standpoint. So yes, I think absolutely. It's just again, it's a very ever-changing situation. We have some stability after the Xi-Trump summit, but you never know what will happen, and you never know when things may flare up again.
We'll have to leave it there. Bill London, thanks for taking the time to come to our show. Great having you.
My pleasure, Diego. Thank you.